Resolute Bliss Publishing presents Thursday Night Live with your hosts, B-Red, Rick, hey!
I'm pointing at myself on the screen.
Yeah,
That was a cool video.
you're one of the hosts.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
When did that happen? You know, you need to go through a better human resource process and get better people.
So we got to talk about the elephant in the room. What's going on right now as people are clicking on this video and seeing that it's not live, that it's pre-recorded.
What? It is live. I'm alive right now. You're
Just
alive.
keep
Right now.
typing. We're gonna answer eventually. Yeah.
Wait,
So
I'm confused.
it's been our.
We are in another MCU universe is what's going on right now.
Look, the MCU is not as strong as it once was. Let's not even try to drag them in there.
I disagree. It's doing great.
Oh, okay. So anyway, the elephant in the room is Rick has had some job stuff come up, and he can no longer go live for the next maybe 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's a tough thing for me to bear on my own. So we thought it best for the show to still air at 7 o'clock on Thursdays, but it is going to be pre-recorded, so you can still see us, which is cool. We're still going to have some great guests, and that might give us some opportunity to have some people on that the 7 o'clock was conflicting with. So we're pretty excited about that. But yeah, so we hope you still tune in. We're still going to answer all the comments on YouTube and wherever else you're posting them. We're on a podcast. This video is turned into a podcast on YouTube and on Spotify and all those other places as well. So we hope you tune in and listen there. But yeah, for the next 5 weeks or so, we will be pre-recorded unless we can slip one in there maybe. So we will see.
And I apologize. That's all on me. Sometimes work takes place. I got to pay for my addiction. It's not drugs or alcohol, but it's comics.
It's paper. It's this pretty paper.
I get hung up on the trees in the world, you know. So yes, I'm totally sorry, and I'm glad that Brad didn't want to do it himself. I wouldn't have blamed him for wanting to do it himself, but it does get hard. And once again, super sorry for anybody that's listening that likes to comment and for us to answer back live. I like to mess with a lot of the people that have come on, but just bear with us. I have a class I have to teach, and that's where I got caught up in. So
yeah, and I mean, I'll tell you all, this time of year, all of a sudden, we're running around with our heads cut off like a chicken. I mean, work is going crazy for both of us. And people who have done this may know that an hour-long show once a week is a pretty strong commitment, plus everything else we're doing. So we still want to make it happen, but this is the way it's going to have to be for the next few weeks. So thank you for commenting still and helping us out there on YouTube and other social media. We appreciate that for sure as we do our Resolute Bliss Publishing comics. Which we just closed out the Moonblade Kickstarter. We are funded. Surveys have went out. And as of 14 days later, Kickstarter has still not released the funds. Actually, I think it's a little over 14 days. So
it's about 14 days, it seems like.
Yeah. So I've started sending out, if you've answered your survey over this last weekend as this video airs, I've sent you your PDF already. We're sitting with the click button at the printer. I mean, we are just waiting for Kickstarter to deposit funds so we can pay them out of our account. So as soon as that happens, the books will be printed and out to you. And I cannot tell you all how awesome. Thank you very much for supporting Moonblade. Some of the feedback I've already got is puts big smiles on my face. I'll tell you that. So I'm ecstatic. And Rick has a little Kickstarter news too. You want to talk about that? Well, you got to. Sorry. Since it was my turn, now it's going to be your turn on Kickstarter.
Well, no. Now I was going to talk about something else. You put me out of order, but hold on. Let me throw something else up. I want to talk about Paradox a little bit. So Paradox, we got fully funded. Awesome. I've heard
Yeah.
a lot of good I cannot speak. I am so tired. I have talked all day. People get tired of me talking. But Paradox, the books will be here probably in the next few days. So I'm excited to get those out. PDFs have already gone out for everybody on those. I did catch an error in the PDF that I didn't catch earlier. It's just how that works. But a little bit about Paradox. Paradox is a deep story. It really is. And I have actually decided there is so many words on the page. And my whole goal was I didn't want to take it to a 22, 23, 24 comic book series because you never know what's going to happen. I'm going to make an announcement that Brad doesn't even know. I'm actually halfway through writing the Paradox book. And the whole point about writing the book is I've decided to get the concepts and stuff out there. I wanted to actually put it in book form. So I have been working on this for about 6 months when I was working on the comic book because it is just so much in a comic book. It really is. However, with that also said, I have some news. Starting with Paradox number 2, there's going to be a 4-page story, 4 to 6 page story at the end. So I'm expanding it from 24 pages to 32 pages, most likely, with a new storyline. Brad, go
A
ahead and
new story.
new storyline.
Well, you got to tell us what the story is.
You got to throw the image up there.
Oh.
So here's the deal. I am
Hmm.
glad to announce that a guest that we had on here named Robert Pope has agreed to draw the Paraduck storyline. I have already written the Paraduck storyline. It is completely done, finished. It's actually in Robert's hands. Robert has agreed to start on it over the next couple of days. So here's the deal about Paraduck. Matt Wilson, we'll go back to Matt Wilson at Heroes Con. He and I were kind of talking about this. Like, I really want to put this funny, goofy stuff at the end of the story. And Matt's like, and for those that don't know Matt, he's one of my letters. Does lots of things in comics, comic book artist, cover guy, really cool dude, very very talented man. But he's like, man, I love it when comic books are serious. And all of a sudden, you turn the page and it's funny. And that's the thing. Paradox is such a serious story, and it was meant to be. It's my story that I wanted to do. It's how I wanted to do it. I didn't care. I didn't want to follow the normal comic book format. I wanted a serious story. But now I'm putting Paradox in it. And the cool thing about Paradox is it makes fun of once again, I've already written it, it's done. It makes fun of everything in Paradox. It is the Animaniacs meets Howard the Duck. That's the best way I can describe it. It's the way I feel the most comfortable describing it. It is all over the place. Honestly, while Paradox was a very important story for me to tell and try to build a universe out of it, which is what I wanted to do, Paradox may be my most favorite thing that I will bring to the market because I chuckle every time I read it. And I showed it to a couple people, the script, and they have all said that they find it hilarious. So it's going to be, and these are people that don't even know the Paradox storyline. So if you take a moment to read the Paradox storyline and then you read this, it'll be like, oh, that's really funny. He is really making fun of everything in the Paradox universe, even myself. I'm going after everything. Nothing's off the table. I may rewrite a couple pages and make fun of Brad here somewhere toward the end of it. Moonblade may be brought down to the depths of this depravity at some point.
You're going to get some trade copyright issues there, buddy.
Go for it. Call the guy at Resolute Bliss and ask him to file the lawsuit. Okay, just get onto it and let me know how that goes. So there's kind of my news. I'm working on the Paradox, or the Paradox storyline is done. It is actually done. Robert thinks he can get it all knocked out in plenty of time. Just got to get color too. But it's a funny piece to it. So there is something that's going to start happening with Paradox number 2 and on. Super excited about it. Super excited to have Robert to do it, to be honest. That guy, I couldn't have scored a better artist to do it. So I'm very happy about that as well.
Yeah, if you guys didn't see the episode where Robert came on, it's wonderful. Robert's, I guess he's best known for doing a lot of Peanuts books. That's what he's probably best known for. But he's done a lot of other art. He still teaches art. Super, super talented guy. Super
Yeah,
talented guy.
he is.
And of course, that's in our past history if you would like to view it. But yeah, super talented artist. Very cool. Yeah, that's gonna be fun, man. I mean, you're right. Paradox is very serious, and all of a sudden you got these ducks here.
Well, even for me, I need to, Paradox was so deep, and how I ended the story was the way I wanted to. And it's supposed to be a very serious, deep story. It's not your typical comic book. It's
Yeah,
supposed to have a lot of stuff going on. You don't have to know everything about the history and stuff to get it. But I think the cartoon, the Paradox, of course, that came out of a video that I did with Les and Charles, and Charles was mishearing the whole thing, saying, "I want to read this Paraduck story." And I'm like, "It's nothing to do with ducks, man. I don't know what you're talking about." And of course, Les draws that image, and
yeah,
I knew from that point on that at one point I was going to draw this. Les actually would have been doing this. I think Les is kind of mad that I am letting Robert do this. Um, but Les is doing so much stuff. He is working feverishly on some books that I'm about to talk about that's about to go on Kickstarter that we have got to get finished. And so Les is doing a ton of work, and I'm like, dude, you just don't have time to finish Paradox. So he didn't want to do it originally. Then he read the script and said, "Oh, I want to do this." And I'm like, you don't have. I was just letting him read it to see if he had feedback, comments, and stuff like that. He's like, "I want to do this. This will be the best thing in the world." And I just thought about it, and actually today made the decisions like, Les, you can't do it. Let Robert do this. Robert has that style. He's got that following anyway, and
yeah.
let's really run and make this funny. He's like, but my image already made it funny. Look, I already drew the funny ducks. So that's the image that Les did that's on the screen right now. But Robert's going to run with it unless something happens. Les is still in the back seat, but Les is pissed about it right now, not getting to do it. But that's how things work sometimes.
Paraducks.
Paradox. Please check it out. The end of Paradox.
That'll be cool. That'll be cool.
All right. So you want to announce you want me to talk about my Kickstarter?
Yeah, because you're up next.
So go ahead and throw that up.
Yep, I've seen this one.
I know you have. This is one of my favorite covers. This cover is from our tour edition. It's my tour edition specifically. And it is actually Paradox. Oh my gosh, I can't stop. It's Paradox meets Oz, if you will. And so we have Dorothy Deceit, the Tin Man, Paradox, and the Scarecrow with the Emerald City in the background. The road map saying Hell or Oz. So Paradox has launched. I was trying to get all the stuff done as I could with Oz. Oz is about to go up on Kickstarter. I got to finish doing a couple of tweaks, but the only reason why I showed this cover was this is my introduction to Oz to the people that have caught us at signing shows, conventions, things like that. So it is a very dark Oz. It is not your typical Oz. What's going to happen in this one is a little different. You got to figure out where Dorothy is. She's not necessarily in Kansas. I did do a rework in issue 1 that I just did a week and a half ago. I didn't like something, changed it. I think it made it a lot better. I just got to finish doing some final tweaks. Issue 1, 2, and 3 are totally done, inked, colored. Issue 4 has been written. I'm working on issue 5. Les wants to actually write issue 6 for some specific reasons, which we'll get into later on. But Oz, the Nightmare in Emerald, should be going up on Kickstarter in the next couple of days. I'm actually very excited about this. As a kid, my favorite book, the first book I ever read was The Wizard of Oz. Of course, I used to watch the movie. The movie and the books have some similarities, but are not the same. But this is my Oz version. The Tin Man, the Scarecrow, the Lion are all bad guys. I always thought how cool it would be if they were the bad guys, and Dorothy kind of made this all up for a different reason. So you have to get into why all that happened. But Oz is very, very, very real. You're going to learn a lot about Oz. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a mirage. Oz is real, and guess what? Oz is coming for you. And there's my pitch for Oz. Moonblade winds up in Oz too. She gets killed by the Munchkins. That's in issue 4. So.
Oh my god!
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! So I actually do want to show up. So, like I said, that was the tour edition. I'll show up a couple of people or a couple of pieces of art real fast from
Oh,
Oz.
are you got any covers for us?
I do. I'll show you this one. I
Ooh.
think we showed it last week, though. I may have. This is by Gus. This is Gus's cover, who was our guest.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Was it last week or the week before? But so that's one of Gus's covers.
Now,
Super.
is this cover A or is this a variant cover?
Oh, no, I haven't decided. I have a lot of things going on with this. Background, of course, you've got the Scarecrow Tin Man line if you look very closely, and you need to be paying attention to what's in Dorothy's hand that slowly starts giving things away. So it's a very dark Oz, and Oz is made of bricks of bone and blood of children that have come to Oz. So I'll give a little
Okay.
bit more away.
It
Yeah.
looks like a variant cover to me. I think it's a variant.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is. Let's see if I got another cover I can show up there. Oh, so for fun, I'll show Robert's cover. Robert Pope did a cover too.
Oh,
So this is a Robert Pope. This is my fun time cover. We got a couple of public domain characters that went public domain, Felix Cat and stuff like that. They're in the background for people that pay close attention. But this is just a fun, happy cover to remind us what comic books are all about before we get into the deep darkness of it. And let's see if I can show. I think I've got one more I can show up there. I haven't shown the big ones yet on purpose, holding those back for a couple of weeks. And here's an homage to Clockwork Orange. Now, this actually will give away, if you're a Clockwork Orange fan, the most about what this book is about. So it's very violent and dark, and that's why this homage poster our cover has been done. So
well, it would look good as a poster now that you said that.
it will
That
look
is.
good as a poster. So
Now, who did this art?
oh wow, it's a friend of my colorist who was reading the story and said, "Hey, I want to do an homage cover from a movie. Can I do Clockwork Orange?" Absolutely. So I got that in, and BE is his name, and because I've never really met him and talked to him a lot,
Yeah.
I can't remember, and I apologize. I will
Yeah.
make sure I correct and say his name correctly next week. But Brad put me on the spot trying to remember it.
Yeah, no, that looks good. That, like you said, that would be a very cool poster too.
Yeah, so that's the goal. So
Yeah.
Oz is coming. It's coming for you.
So we just had nobody. I haven't seen this cover, so these are all getting revealed on this show right now. All exclusive reveals. Yeah.
Exciting, is it? And those aren't even the big ones, I don't think.
So how many covers are you gonna have for this thing? Do you think?
45.
You're a strong
No.
man. Because right now, as I'm sending this stuff to the printer, you're a strong man.
I don't know what I'm going to do is the thing. I haven't figured it out, and that's one of my hiccups right now. I'm going to probably do some back covers. I'm going to do a couple of short run special editions or something like that. I'm going to make them extremely limited from the main run, but I'm not sure exactly. These are not all going to go up on Kickstarter because that fulfillment process is a pain in the butt, but they will probably go up on our website. So
Yeah,
this will be the place where
Kickstarter is not very easy to use.
no, that all gets too, I think, difficult and stuff like that.
Like
So
if
I
we
have a
were,
plan, and that's
yeah,
my plan.
if we were selling a gadget that there's only one version of, it would be perfect. But yeah, when you start doing multiple issues and packs, and did you do that right as an add-on or not, or
I'm
blah blah
doing that with
blah.
brides right now, trying to do Les's
Yeah,
fulfillment. We've got 11 covers for brides. My God, I want to kill Les. Les doesn't know it, but a hitman has been hired, and he is driving up to Kentucky as we speak. And I think he has weapons in the back of his car. I don't know.
man, oh man.
So
Yeah, it's an undertaking, but that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing. I mean, I'm ready for Oz. I'm ready for it on Kickstarter. I'm ready to see it. I'm excited. It's
coming
gonna be
for
Halloween soon. It'd be awesome.
you.
It's gonna be great.
All right, so there's my two things. The Paraduck story that's going to go in back of Paradox to have a little fun and shake things up. And then, of course, the Oz story that's coming out, which actually I'm very excited about. There are some big announcements that I am
Yeah.
purposely not making here about Oz that are coming up, and super excited about that. Everything from some artists that'll be involved, some things that we're doing with Oz, uh,
Mm-hmm.
items that you can get. I'm doing a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff, I think.
Nice. Oh, I know you are. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's what's fun is we're doing this as a passion, not like, oh, we need to have every issue be number one issue because that's the best numbers. No, we are doing this because we enjoy it. We like the whole. We wrote these stories. We love the stories. I mean, yeah, it's passion. So yeah, yeah, it's great to see how hard you're working at it because it definitely shows. Definitely shows. That's awesome.
All right. We ready to talk about comic book stuff, or we have?
Oh, you got some comic book stuff? All right.
I do, I do.
Tell me some comic book stuff.
So throw up my image over there. I am excited as a Predator fan, by the way,
Oh, I've been
that
hearing about this.
Over Badlands #1 is launching in November. And I
Yep.
am super excited about this. I've always been a Predator fan. Um, this is going to be the prequel to the film. So I love that look. I think it looks awesome. Predator is one of those stories that has been floating around that everybody seems to have touched, but it is just a great story to tell. And
Yeah.
so I'm excited about Badlands, and I'm actually really excited about the movie.
Very cool. Now, is the movie live action or is it animated?
Oh, I thought it was live action. Now you've
I
popped.
thought it was too, but I thought the last one that just came out was too. And I'm like, wait a second, it's not either.
Um, yeah, you're
Yeah.
making me question it because it's funny. Just like I think it's live action. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Um, so I was skipping around channels last night, and I thought of you
Uh-oh.
because I've been desperately looking for the Red Sonja uh, movie
Movie.
to come out,
Yeah.
and I had totally forgotten that. What was it about 5, 6, 7 years ago? The Red Sonja cartoon had come out.
Oh, I don't even know that I knew that.
See, I the funny thing about this is, so I watched it. By the way, it's on Tubi, which is free, so you can pull that up right now if you
Oh,
want to.
wow.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's on
Yeah,
Tubi. So
Tubi's
just
free.
type in Red Sonja, or not. Which one's free? Is it Tubi or Fubo?
Well, I think they're both free, but Tubi's
Okay.
definitely free.
It was one. It was on. It was free. It was one of the services I didn't have. I was just scrolling for it. I did through Roku. Came up. So there's a
Nice.
Red Sonja. The irony is, it starts out with there's two prisoners who have survived being in this prison, and they are not human anymore because they've been enslaved and put away. And Red Sonja is one of them. The guy walks in and says, "I don't know who you are or what you are," and she's like, "I'm Red Sonja." But the story, why I actually liked the story was, I think, really well done. I truly liked it. Gosh, the cartoon was hard to watch. It just was. And I don't know, maybe you want to see if you can, while I talk about this for a second, go to YouTube, see if you can find a snippet of it. But because it's the kind of art I do not like. It's where they don't put a big budget into it. And it's basically a character, and then they take the same image and they rotate it 3D. And that's
Yeah.
how the character moved. So it's really the same image. And then it's like, well, now the character's over here. So then they just moved it over there. It's like, and Red Sonja's still standing like this, hey,
Yeah.
But the story was really well done. I didn't know, like I said, that this had come out. You'll have to check.
Oh, now wait. So it's not fully animated.
No,
Okay,
no.
I have seen that one. Yes,
Okay.
I have seen that one. Yeah, it's more like the pictures are moving.
And that's what I'm saying. It's the
Yeah,
same turning it 3D and stuff like that.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, I, the story's good. The art starts really
That's
distracting me at a point.
yeah, that's very different.
So then
I
I
don't know.
switched and watched the live action Red Sonja movie from like 1985 to get over the pain of that cartoon.
Yeah, man, I don't know how we've gone this long, and they finally made the movie, but it's not doing. It did not do well. Most places showed it for one showing. Like that's across the nation, not
But
just
it's
us.
not fair to say it didn't do well because of what
Yeah,
you just said. They all booked it just for one showing on a
right.
Thursday night or a Wednesday night. Wednesday night.
Yeah, I think it was a Wednesday night for us for sure.
So, first of all, it's not even on a big night that people would go see movies. That's
No,
the first issue. The
right.
second thing is they didn't market it at all. I
No.
mean, I didn't know about it till you called me like 2 weeks before and said, "Hey, remember Red Sonja comes out in 2 weeks? Let's go see
Yeah.
it." You'd sent me the preview of it. I don't know, a month before that, but
Yeah.
I'd forgotten when it was coming out and the time and stuff. So it's just one of those movies that really did not even get a chance to survive. Now they said that it's been in production forever and they've had all types of issues. And every time we hear stories like that, a movie usually does bomb. But I don't know
Yeah.
if it was on the weekend you and I would have gone and seen it.
Oh,
They,
absolutely.
they got our money. They'd gotten $15 from each one of us.
I think I saw a number when I was trying to find out where it's streaming at right now that said it did 225,000, and I was like, but then I thought, well, that's one showing at very few theaters, so maybe that's true.
Yeah, I would believe that because if you don't market something and it's at one theater, we had one theater in like a 50-mile radius.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
We're in a big city, we're not in Atlanta or California, but
Yeah,
one
I thought we
theater,
might be an exception, but the more I read, that was the case
yeah, one
everywhere.
theater, one showing. So
Yeah.
to fulfill my Red Sonja from Conan number 23, I went back and watched, I just did the animated or not fully animated cartoon, and I went back and watched the original movie. So,
Cool.
and that's where the MCU, let's go on a tangent for a second. I loved as a kid, as bad or as poorly as it was done, the Conan movie. I even
Wait,
liked,
this is news to me. It was poorly done?
well, I mean, it didn't have, you're talking special effects from 40 years ago.
I thought it was awesome.
Well, okay, I thought it was awesome. I'm just saying it didn't have the stuff that you would have nowadays. That's where I'm trying to go with
Yeah.
this story. And Red Sonja, which I think came out in 1985, you'd have to look that up, but
Yeah.
it came out around that time as well. It really did not have production value. Conan did, at least
Yeah.
to a certain degree. But remember, Conan actually hired a guy that nobody even knew to be Conan. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Nobody knew who he was before that. He'd done a bodybuilding movie right before that.
Right.
I don't think he had done anything else. So here's an unknown guy going into a Marvel property, and I'm betting money. I'd have to think about what was before it, but there hardly had been any Marvel properties that hit the theater before that. So you're taking an unknown actor with an unknown commodity, and they didn't throw millions of dollars at it and stuff like that. And it came out, and I loved it as a kid. I saw it twice. And for the production value, if we looked at it now, I'm quite sure I'd sit there and say, "Gosh, that's bad special effects," because it's 40 years ago. But I loved it then, and it's a movie that I'd like to go back and watch. Where I'm really going with this is, gosh, you think somebody would make a really good live, big budget action Conan Red Sonja movie?
Yeah.
Because I think if you did a Conan Red Sonja movie, I'm talking about together,
Yeah.
I think people would pour out to see that because our generation would love to see that.
Oh yeah.
And it carried itself the first time with an unknown Arnold
Well,
Schwarzenegger.
I'll tell you, Red Sonja is unknown to, I would say, people 30 and under, maybe even 35 and under.
Really? Because think about how much the Red Sonja comics are actually doing really well right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think they are too. But in the broad scheme of things, it's an unknown.
And that's why I see it as a perfect opportunity. You have a Conan Red Sonja movie come out.
Yeah.
I would think that would be huge. Or market a Red Sonja movie or market a Conan movie. But Conan was a big movie 40 years ago, led Marvel to realize that they could make money off of doing comic book movies. And if you really think about it, except for some of the Batman movies in the 60s and stuff like that, I can't think of other big comic book movies that you had.
All right. They were mostly made for TV.
They were made. The Incredible Hulk movies were all for TV. There was
Or
Captain
yeah.
America. It was made for TV. Exactly right.
Hmm.
Um, and so Conan kind of changed the landscape of things. It's like we can make some cool movies and get people really excited about that, which is awesome. And I loved it. I went and saw it twice. I'd go see it two, three, four more times probably if I could have at that time. If I got some more yards to mow to collect some money. But my point is, there was a huge audience that took an unknown at that time, unknown movie, unknown commodity, unknown actor, and it was a hit. And they did it Conan too, right? If I remember correctly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then, that was Grace Slick was in that one, was it? Is that right? Grace Jones? Grace Slick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Grace
Yes.
Jones.
Yeah.
And I think that helped relaunch her career or launch it at that time. So my point is, people turned out to see that stuff. They would see it again. We love the Avengers. Hey, I'll go see those movies. I'll go see everything that we've seen. But I like to see a good Conan movie. I like to see a good Red Sonja movie.
Yep. Well, I mean, so that's kind of where we're going early. They're saying Marvel's 0-3 right now for this year. That Fantastic Four is not going to make its budget back.
But see, I think that's very unfair because a lot of money was put into Fantastic Four, and I think it's a quality movie. I really do. It was a good movie.
So, I mean, I don't want to be a negative Nancy on it, but
Oh, go ahead.
I know you liked Galactus. I didn't. Um, I thought that one scene where they first showed his face is where they should have left it if they were going to do what they did later on. But yeah, the more I hear and more things I read, that yeah, the script was just weak, man. I mean, Mister Fantastic getting pulled 20 feet and he's getting ready to break. Uh,
So you
Stuff like
say
that.
that, but here's the funny thing. So I just pulled up Rotten Tomatoes on this.
Yeah,
Rotten Tomatoes for the uh, critics is 86% with 385 reviews.
yep,
Rotten Tomatoes for the fans is 91% with over 10,000 verified ratings.
yep.
So I'm sorry, you don't see many movies with 86 for critics and 91% fans. I mean, if I look at their other stuff that's out right now, look at I'm trying to think of something that people are talking about. I mean, Naked Gun, is
Well,
open.
you've got to look at Superman. That's the other movie out. I mean, you can't compare it to Naked
Well,
Gun. You've got
so
to look at
here's the
Superman.
thing. Superman's at 83% on critics and 91% on fans. So they're
Yeah, but
actually
you,
relatively close.
but that's one place the fans didn't turn out for Fantastic Four. That's the
Yeah, and
problem.
that's the part that just shocks me. And then you look at, I like to do Jurassic Park because that's a big pop culture. That movie made a fortune, and it was a
Right.
and
Always. This is the lowest budget one. This is the lowest making one at 800 million.
it's
Yeah.
51% on critics and 71% on fans. So,
Yeah, I don't care at all. I know people like Jurassic Park, but that's not the one I was waiting on for. I was waiting on Superman and Fantastic Four and
well,
Red
no,
Sonja.
but I'm saying the reviews were really bad on it from critics and
Yeah.
fans for Jurassic Park, but it
Yeah.
did exceptionally well. So I just don't think it's fair to say that a Fantastic Four was a swing and a miss for Marvel. I think it was a swing
I
and a
think it
miss
was.
because I
No,
think,
if you can't make your budget back, you missed. I mean,
oh
that's
my
the bottom
God,
line.
you can spend money all day long. Doesn't mean you're going to make your budget back. You know how much
No.
America spends per year? We haven't made our budget back
I'm just
yet.
saying they're 0 for 3. That's tough. And some people say that to make the money back, you have to be able to sell tickets again, like you were talking about going and seeing Conan again. And they're
People don't
saying
do
that
that anymore, though.
I think people do, because I think people go see it sometimes in the like IMAX or something, which they got to have. And that might be something else too, because they're fighting with Superman for those seats. But that you've got to have your IMAX, and then you might go see it normally. But that you have to have your repeat to get your budget back in some of those big grossing movies. And something like Fantastic Four with its script, a lot of people saying
Well,
it wasn't rewatchable in the theater.
so I don't know what their budget numbers were. Of course, so I pulled up the international numbers really quickly.
Yeah,
Fantastic Four, of course, made 198 from domestic, 198 million. Me acting like 198, like 198 is no big deal, but 198 million from
right.
domestic markets, and made 170 million from international markets. So they're
Yeah.
at 368 million dollars globally. Now, once again, I don't know what their budget is, but my gosh, 368
Well,
million,
you
and
don't get that. Remember, that's cut in half because that money has to go to the theater.
I'm just saying that's a lot of money, though.
No, it is, but it didn't make it. They're saying it's going to. They originally said it was going to cap out at 500 million, but now they're saying it's going to maybe do 490 total.
So we live in a day and an age when $490 million is seen as not successful.
Well,
How do you
right,
think about that?
because of what they spent on the movie and
I
the fact that
know.
that 490 million has to be split with the theater.
I
If they
get it.
were just showing it themselves in their own theater, maybe that would be, but you can't do that. You have to pay the theater their money too.
I get it. I get it. I'm just saying it's funny we live in a day and age. I would have never thought $500 million for a movie would ever sound like it's a unsuccessful flick. So
Well, also these budgets are ridiculous. They fly everybody and their brother around the world to do these explosive, you know, showings of first days, and it does rack up things that. And they want those big budget numbers. They don't want to say this movie only cost 40 million to make or something like that.
oh no, I absolutely agree. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, crazy stuff. So, back to comics. So, was this? Would you read anything this week?
I have not read anything this week. I have been overly busy, and I'm hoping you can give me some of your stuff that you've read and you're on top of it.
Well, I slipped. I didn't, not my normal amount by any means, but I did slip a few in, and I read something that I think I've probably talked about before. But this is Deadly Tales of Gunslinger, and I think I've even said multiple times I'm only reading this because Palmiotti's writing it.
You
This
have.
is issue number 8.
Are you all dating, by the way?
He won't return my calls.
Okay, because you keep pushing Palmiotti on every show.
Anyway, so this thing, number 8's been the best issue yet. It has been my favorite. By far my favorite issue. Definitely. Yep.
I
And
think
I'm not a Spawn fan. You know this. I mean, I don't hate Spawn, but I'm not a Spawn fan by any means. But yeah, that's been
Palmiotti is a very talented individual. So,
yeah, he's very good on westerns for sure.
so you liked it. You like the art. You like the story, and you think it's good.
I think the art is okay. It's not. Nobody's gonna hate the art. Let me get that out there straight. But I like pretty art, like Gus stuff. So, um, yeah, the art's okay. But it fits the western because this is western. You gotta remember that. So it does fit. It does fit the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Um, so can I talk about another comic book news I have?
Yeah.
So a little debate. Throw up my image. So the news that just came out yesterday, I think it was. You see who did that cover, right?
That is Lee in Hook.
Yes. Who will be on Paradox 2 cover, by the way. But
Nice.
Black Cat for Earth 616. Black Cat for
Mm-hmm.
616 is now the new friendly neighborhood superhero.
Right,
She,
and Black Cat number 1 coming out.
yes.
Yeah.
She has replaced Spider-Man in Earth 616. So here's my question to you. Now, I love Black Cat. I've been a Black Cat fan forever. I just have. Have no
Wait, did you
idea
say
why.
she replaced somebody? Who'd she replace?
Replaced Spider-Man in
Oh,
Earth.
I hadn't heard that part. Okay.
Yeah, that was the news that was announced yesterday that she replaced him in Earth 616.
Because I heard she might even be skimming off the top a little bit, not completely a superhero.
Well, and that was where my question was coming to.
Mm-hmm.
When Black Cat started, he was such a cool villain. So my
Yeah.
question to you is, do you like her as a villain or a heroine? Which is better?
I don't know, man. I think I like them. I don't know. It probably doesn't bother me. I guess I would pick villain if I had to.
Hmm,
Um, but yeah, I would be more. I don't care if she's good or bad. If the story's good, let me put it that
sure,
way.
sure. I can agree with that part. I dig that, but I just I love Black Cat. I've always loved Black Cat. I like her as a good girl or as a bad girl,
Oh,
but
this is on my pull list. I'm gonna try it for sure. Yeah.
so they've replaced and have her as the main good guy heroine and replaced Peter Parker. And I hope she is skimming a little bit, but I love Lee and Hook Lee, like I said, has done Paradox number 2. Super excited to get that out and can't wait to run that.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to give you a little game now. Speaking of new comics coming out, but you're right about Black Cat. I'm pulling the number. I'm pulling the first issue and reading it for sure. Um, all right. I've got a game to play with you, and
So
I'm
you
going to
want to
show
play a
you.
game?
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm going to show you some covers, and you give me a number between 1 and 5. 5 being I like that cover. 1 being I don't like that cover.
so are you looking for something specific? Are you trying to
Oh no no
accomplish
no no.
something?
This is just totally your opinion. That's it. That's
Okay.
all that matters. But no, I'm not looking for you're wrong. This is drawn by. somebody. No, this
Oh,
is
I'm going to do it just like that, by the way.
yeah. No,
So
I could care less if whoever's on here if you tell them, and I may be able to. I
throw
may
my
be
image up first.
able. All right.
Yes, I'm ready to play your game. So if anybody's a Saul fan, you get that really quickly.
All right. So we know that. I guess we really hadn't got into Marvel rebooting a lot of the comics, but we know one of the big crossovers coming out soon is Batman and Deadpool,
Super
and I
excited.
feel that this time Marvel has done a good job. So I want you to tell me in this one we're going to do the Marvel covers, and you're going to give me a number for them.
1 through what? I'm sorry.
1 through 5. 5 being you
All
love it, 1 being you don't like it.
right, 7.
All right, can't do that. This is the title cover, cover A.
Well, I love Capullo's work. Let's go
Yep.
ahead and get that out. Um, I love the Deadpool detail on it. It's hard to take those two iconic characters and pull it off. I'm going to give it a 3.45.
3.5.
I said 4.5.
So I'm going to have to round that up to a 4 for mathematical.
Okay.
All right. Next one. How beautiful is that?
I'm a huge fan of this guy. A huge, huge fan.
Yep.
Um, the thing is, I think this could have been done a little bit better, but I'm going to give it a 5.
Yeah. That's a beautiful cover. All right. So this is the 1 in 100, but there is a lettered version. I don't know why I jumped to that one. This is a 1. Let's skip that one.
You go.
Hold on. Let me get to the normal ones. Oh my gosh. It's like it went the wrong way.
You went the wrong way.
There we go. All right. Daniel Warren Johnson.
Don't do this to me.
You want me to stop saying their names?
Well, I don't like this.
Yeah. What are you going to give this one?
Huh? Gosh, this is a good dude too. A 1.
All right.
You
Yeah.
asked. Personal
No,
opinion. Don't send me hate mail.
all right.
A 1.5.
What? So you're going to give it a 2?
A 2. I don't like it.
Yeah. I say I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I don't like it though.
It's your Greg Capullo.
I like his art a lot, but I'm gonna go 2 on this one. A 5.
You're giving it a 5. Crypto and Jeff sell you, huh?
Well, here's the thing. I like different looks and views. I
Yeah.
like when people mix things up a little bit. It's actually a solid piece, and it would definitely catch my attention. And of course, I love sharks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this one.
This was an easy cop out, by the way.
Absolutely.
I like it for a logo and a pin, but
Yep.
for a cover, I don't. So for a pin, I'd give it a 5. For a cover, I'd give it a 1.
Okay. This is probably my favorite one. I'm just going to let you know right now.
Well, so I have a hard problem with this because these are 2 of my favorite characters anyway. I will tell you, I do not like the Huntress legs on here.
No, I agree.
There's something wrong. And I don't necessarily like
He could have done better. I agree.
a solid, but I'm going to give it a strong 4.
All right.
It's better than I could draw. All right. I've seen this cover already, and I, for some reason, really, really, really like this cover.
Dude.
I love the Green Arrow pose. It's
Yep.
very iconic. It actually takes away from my favorite character, Daredevil, which is great. So I give this a 5.
Oh, that's strong. Okay. All right.
I don't like how any of this is drawn. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What are you giving it? 1?
Do I win a prize in this game?
Maybe.
2.
Oh wait, this is a Midtown. I'm sorry. I thought this was a normal one.
Oh.
Let me see here. Here we go. This is normal. Beach Momoko. Lover or hater is what they say.
And it is. You have to be on one side of the fence or the other on Peach Momoko. I actually have seen a lot of stuff I love by her. I do not love this.
All right, give it a number.
2. Now I will get hate mail. 1. I don't like it.
Yeah, I was surprised what he did here with the faces. I don't know if it's something I don't know about, but they look very weird.
It's like you were trying to force Joker faces on the characters.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know if there's something I don't know about the reason he did that, but yeah, I agree with you. Yep, this is a normal one.
I don't know, 3. It's fun. I haven't actually seen this one.
Yeah. Gotta make sure it wasn't.
There's a lot of characters on there. I actually like this because it plays off the Wolverine cover.
Yep. This is your boy Ryan Stegman.
I know, and I have to give him. I'm going 5 on this one.
Whoa, okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty strong. All right, Scotty Young.
Scott, his stuff sells for insane prices.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's fun and it's different, I'm gonna go 3.
Yeah, they're our buddy Jeremy Hobson is a huge Scotty Young fan. There are definitely Scotty Young.
Why didn't he bid on that piece of Galactus that went for sale at Heroes Con? It only went up to 15,000.
I like the bat signal in this one. That's probably my favorite piece in this one.
I like how they played off the bat signal because that goes back to I said make a great pin or a piece of a cover. So yeah.
Hold on, this is Scotty Young's web store, and we're back to the start. Okay. All right.
All right, they get a prize.
They get them all. Yeah, you get a prize. No, so here's what's going to happen. When we have our next episode, we're going to do the DC ones and see which ones you prefer more, the Marvel covers or the DC covers.
Has the blind bag Batman's come out yet or solicited it yet?
I'm trying to think. Didn't one of them come out? Because there's 2 Batman books coming out.
Crap, I've missed it. Okay.
Yeah, you missed one about 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Then there's a next Batman coming out with the blind bag too. The blind is a bat one, I think. Yeah.
So all right, I'm excited for the game.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So you guys got to tune back in on our next show to see what Rick thinks about the DC version of the Batman Deadpool covers. Who knows? We're going to see if there's who pulls it off. Is it Marvel with the better covers or is it DC with the better covers?
Hey, let's make a prediction. What do we think the answer will be?
I think it's going to be Marvel in this case.
I do too.
Yeah, I think that they came a little bit stronger. I could be wrong because your numbers may not reflect mine. Because I thought the logo cover was a 3. I thought that was a good idea. But you are 100% right that it would make a better pin than a cover. But I kind of like logo covers for certain displays. Logo covers can be cool for certain displays.
Sure. Of course they can.
So I am glad they make them, for sure. All right. You can find us on the Facebook, Resolute Bliss Publishing. You can find me on the Facebook, Brad Molson. You can find that guy, Rick David, on the Facebook. Obviously, you can find us here on YouTube, Resolute Bliss Publishing, for our podcast or for the stream or for the video. You can find us on Spotify, Apple as well for the podcast. On Instagram, Resolute Bliss Publishing or Brad Molson. So we are always trying to keep you update, let you know what's going on, let you know where we're going to be because that's getting ready to, we got to have that conversation too. We got some cons coming up and we got to make sure we're going to be there. But yeah, you can always find us. You can sign up on the website and we will email you once a month and just tell you what's going on. Because right now on Kickstarter is getting ready to be in preview mode. Oz, the Emerald Nightmare by that guy. Wait, this guy, Rick David.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for checking us out. Thank you very much for hanging with us. As always, like and subscribe and leave us some comments down there. And we will be back next Thursday, but not live, but at the same bat time at 7
Whoa,
p.m.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, stop that. Stop that right now. You can say the same Moonblade time. You can say the same Paradox channel. You can say the same, I don't know, gas thing, whatever. So let's change that up from this point on.
Yeah. Or I could do Batman. Can I do Batman Deadpool time?
No, we're not promoting them. We just talk about them.
They don't need any
Talk
help,
bad
is what
about
you're
them.
saying. What you're saying. All right. We will see you guys. Thank you all very much. Wishing you all the best. Can't wait to hang out with you again.
Merry Christmas.
Wait, you got this thing ready to roll? No, there it comes.